Bob with Pure Pursuit here tonight with one of our newest vehicles, our Mercedes Benz ML350. This is a fantastic SUV for the family or a couple that absolutely loves German engineering. This is a wonderful vehicle that's a 3.2 six-cylinder engine, and as you can tell, it's got that fantastic Mercedes-Benz engineering where everything is in its place and a place for everything. Easily gotten to for all mechanical aspects of how to deal with the engine compartment, fluids, mechanisms, and dealing with all of the service pieces that need to go with the vehicle. As you can tell from the front of the vehicle here, a lot of chrome aspects have been brought back into this particular vehicle, from the actual Mercedes emblem itself to some of the areas down here, which I think enhances it. You've got the darker black here, along with the chrome mixed with the silver, which is an excellent combination, I feel, for the front of these vehicles. Tires are 19-inch aluminum. The wheels and tires with the 19-inch Pirellis. Brake calipers, silver, along with the scheme of the paint that goes along with the vehicle itself. On the mirrors on the outside, you can tell that it's also got the blinkers that are seen from the side of the vehicle and the front and the back, so that you're able to see that vehicle a lot easier from all angles as you utilize your turn signals. Taking a look at the inside of the vehicle, you can see that it's black interior with wood grain and black seats with the white stitching, which is a real fantastic enhancement, I think. Also got rear seating here for 3 with some storage area here for anyone in the back seat that wants to place any items, as well as some areas in the door. And again, black continuing through the back. The chrome enhancements continues at the back here as well, here, and it's also got a hitch package back here for towing, which would be fantastic if you've got something that you're going to be going to the lake or to the park and you have either a boat or towing any other type of vehicle. And when you open this up, you can place items in here, and once they're in here, this will protect it from ultraviolet rays, which does damage to luggage and food or anything else, and keeps things a lot cooler. When that's closed, you've also got this entire area here that can be utilized for storage space. And then this area opens up where you've got your spare tire, the jack, an emergency kit. And then this has got a self-closing. Once that's pressed, you can stop that. And then once that's stopped, it'll close, go back open again. So that way you don't have to worry about manually pushing that shut at any point in time. Okay, the vehicle's already been warmed up, so let's take a look and listen to how it sounds once it's fired up. And what we're going to be looking at now are some of the features of the vehicle itself, of the interior. We're going to talk about the gauges, and we're going to talk about the steering wheel controls that have it on it, as well as the power aspects of the windows, the seat arrangement, etc., etc. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the gauges now. It's got your typical array of range range here of different type of instrumentation, from the speedometer here to the tachometer, and the heat on the engine and the fuel as well. Those are analog, but it also has digital readings for each of those ranges as well. If we start off on the left here, obviously we have the headlights, the on-off in the headlights, the automatic on the headlights, which you can leave on so that you don't ever have to worry about accidentally leaving the headlights off, even if you have a well-lit evening and fail to do so. The vehicle itself, on the controls, we'll go ahead and start off with the left side and the controls that are available on the left side. And that are, number one, it tells you the mileage here on the odometer, how many miles that you've got, what your most recent trip was. Pressing again, it's going to give you from reset how many miles that you've traveled, and miles per gallon, how many miles per gallon. In this case, you can see that the vehicle averaged 25 miles per gallon during that particular trip, how many miles you drove, etc., etc. from the start. The consumption, the range that you went, the consumption in miles per gallon. Moving along, it also gives you information on the trip, and this is the same information that you just saw, essentially, to navigation, to the audio, controlling the radio completely from the steering wheel, and to running the telephone and the Bluetooth as well. Everything that you can do essentially from the center console, with a few things you can do from this particular steering wheel. So, and again, running the phone from here, the Bluetooth connection, connecting for phone, satellite, etc. You've got your turn signals, obviously. You've got your park, which very easy, touching it down, neutral, reverse, and then by pushing this in, takes it into park. You literally can take one finger and put it into any of these so that you don't have an up and down or a hard push to put this into any of the gears. And it's very easy by just pressing it in, by being able to put it back into park. The next portion I'm going to talk about is going to be how you move the seats around. When moving the seats for maximum comfort, obviously, each driver is different. In my case, I'm 6'5", so I have to have a different level than someone who's 5'6". So therefore, if you want to go up and down or forward and backward with the seat, this switch is used, which will take you that way. And then, of course, you've got the memory switch here also that will memorize each of these that you want, so that up to 3 people, you can have memory settings for them. So if you have, let's say, 3 drivers in a family, mom, dad, maybe a teenager, you can set each of those driver settings so that when they get in, they don't have to worry about fiddling with the seat for 5 minutes to do it. This is the back for moving the back forward and backwards. And, of course, this is what takes the seat sides in or out so that the back contours are working very well. The windows over here, you've got power windows that are able to take those obviously up or down, and the windows are tinted somewhat as well. You can tell from when those go up or down. You can move your mirrors here in or out by utilizing this. First, you select which mirror you need to move, and then by switching it left, right, up or down, it will move the mirror in that particular direction so that it gives you the optimal way to be able to look out of your rearview mirrors. As I indicated before, fairly much everything that you can do from the steering wheel can be done from the center console as well. You've got your radio here. You've got a 6-disc CD. In this case, it indicates that it is empty. We don't have any CDs in there. But what it will do is it'll allow you to select each or any of the discs that you wish to play and the particular songs on those discs as well. It's got a navigation system that indicates where you are, whether it's day or night. In this case, it's indicating it is nightfall. It tells you where you're at, your navigation, where you're going. You can set this and program it exactly like MapQuest or any other service that you might utilize. Again, it's got the setting for telephone, video, audio, and you can set each of those as necessary or however you wish. Setting it for Bluetooth, however you wish to set it. And of course, setting your radio to whatever dials that you wish, whatever songs that you want to listen to. You can set those AM, FM to whatever stations are your favorites. Here we've got the controls for the seat heat. As you can see, it's got settings for very warm, warm, and probably the lowest setting, which is obviously for those of you that have driven in the Midwest, there's nothing worse than getting in a leather seat in winter that's very, very cold. It's also got controls for the right seat as well, which you can set. It's also got control for traction control as well that you can put on, which keeps the vehicles from skidding or overcorrecting or undercorrecting. Once that's turned on, and it's indicated over here on the left side of the navigation system, that will keep you from having a vehicle that may get out of control during inclement weather, such as snow, rain, or some other condition. And then, of course, you've also got your hazards here in the center. And then this last button we have here is the parking sensor, which indicates when you're coming up on something in the back. It will put out a beep as well as you're backing, in addition to being able to watch it on your navigation system here in the center console of how much area you've got, and if you're in proximity to something that you may not be aware of, or if something suddenly juts out into your backing area so that you don't have an accident with it. Down here, you've got your temperature controls, which you can take all the way from a low of 60 all the way to a high of approximately 90 degrees. So you can set that wherever it is, or you can place it on automatic. And that automatic will place it to where it's about 72 degrees. And of course, you've got driver controls on this side, passenger controls on this side. And again, both have essentially the same settings for each. You've got the fan control here. You can turn on the AC, obviously. You've got max control for AC, or turn the system off completely. You've also got defrost as well for the front and defrost for the rear. We've also got a center section here that'll allow you to open this up to place coffee or some other beverage of your choice, and a cigarette lighter that unless you're using it to light cigarettes, you can utilize it for a 12 volt to use for adapters for computers, for telephones, recharging other electronic equipment. And then that can be closed when not in use. And then we have a center section here that also opens up to be able to place items that you need, CD, other types of things that you need to place in there, anything that you take on a trip with you. Also in this center console area, you've got a USB port and another electronic port you've got for your computer, or should you wish to be able to play music from iTunes or any other type of electronic adapter that plays music in here that converts out to your stereo system in the vehicle. And then of course you have the back controls also for the radio and all the controls which will control that as well, so that if your hand is here, it's just easier to have a dual control set. And of course you've got your glove compartment up here. It's got the manual for the vehicle, and you can place other items in there that may be necessary, such as the documents for the vehicle, the title, the insurance, anything else of value that you may need during, let's say, a traffic stop or an accident. And now let's take a look at the upper portion here of the vehicle, the roof. You've got a lighting here that is on both sides to where you can set your lighting for either person to have it. It's almost like an airplane lighting to where either person can have the lights on or they can have them off for reading. One person can be reading, the passenger could be reading, but that light's angled so that it won't distract the driver. You've also got a sun moonroof. In this case, tonight, it's going to be a moonroof, which has an automatic opener that where once you press it, it's like a window automatic opener. It automatically opens. And of course, you've got the option that when this is open, this will not pull forward, so you can't forget to put this back shut again. It's also got the same reverse shut that allows it to shut automatically. And if you continue to push that, it will also bring the top up from the back and bring that up so you can get just a small amount of air in. And then once that's closed, then you can also pull this closed and control the amount of either sunlight that you're getting or the amount of air that you're getting from the vehicle. Let's go ahead and put it in gear. Back out of here, put it on the road, and off we go. Okay, very easily driven. The steering wheel is fantastic to be able to turn. It literally just turns with a finger. The power steering unit on this vehicle is something that's just amazing. The vehicle operates very, very easily, has excellent maneuvering characteristics even in slow moving areas or when you're in traffic. It's a very comfortable car to be in, offers a lot of room. Right now, even though at my height, I feel like I'm literally a very small person in a very large car. It's got a lot of headroom, it's got a lot of arm room, and I don't feel squeezed or pushed into this car whatsoever. So we'll go ahead and take it up this next stretch of area here so you can have an idea of the handling characteristics. Again, a very smooth vehicle coming to stops, leaving stop signs, areas. We'll go ahead and head up this road here. And again, the vehicle itself, I think, is one of the true SUVs that can say that it is a sports vehicle at the same time of being a luxury utility vehicle as well, for both a family or a couple to be able to drive, or a single person certainly. We'll go ahead and make a turn here, and again, this has got an excellent steering radius that allow you on this particular corner. I can tell you there are many, many vehicles that would not be able to make this corner whatsoever, and I'm making it with a lot of room to spare. And now we'll go ahead and give this thing a little bit of juice so you can see what the speed and the engine characteristics and handling are like. And again, it handles with literally the elan of a sports car, in my opinion. It grips. When you pull into the corners, it's very responsive. And again, you've got everything at your fingertips, both on the steering wheel and on the center console itself. And as we pull up into a parking position, again, I'll demonstrate the ease at which you can put this vehicle into parking mode from driving. It's just one simple touch of this button and a touch to the right, and you're in park. And then obviously we encourage everybody to put the parking brake on, which is right down here. Once that's turned on, the parking brake is set on the vehicle, and obviously you're doubly protected. So I'd like to thank all of you for spending time listening to us today. And again, I encourage you to go to our site, purepursuitauto.com, take a look at our videos, and particularly the videos of this vehicle, 2013 ML350 Mercedes Benz.